G'day. Today we're going to have a look at this thing. This is the MOPOWER 200 watt solar blanket. I got this from Advanced Solar Power in Coonamble in the central west of New South Wales. And well, we'll get to its performance in a moment. Let's have a look at what's in here. So as you can see from the get-go, comes with the actual blanket itself and a pretty robust bag. The bag, I've got to say, is pretty good quality. It's as good, if not better, than something like a King's or anything that you might get from a discount shop. The panel itself, there's 4 sections, and they talk up this coating, ETFE, which probably has some kind of plastic that I don't know about. It's meant to have 95% transmissibility of light. Sounds great on the website. What does that mean? It means it's meant to be high efficiency. The results would indicate otherwise. This did not work particularly well. Some of the good things you can see, the handles, which you can use through the bag itself. That was really handy. So some of the other things, you've got these pieces here, so you can hang it up or potentially peg it down if it's windy and you're trying to use it outside. One of the biggest reasons that I bought it was so that you can set it up using these. One of the great things that I really like about a solar blanket is when you don't need to tie it up to have it work, you can just lay it out like a normal solar panel. And this one came with both a retaining strap, a peg area that you can use there, and because it's a reasonably stiff material that it's used out of, that worked really well. The interesting thing here, so this is where you plug the wires into, the cord into. It doesn't appear to be an industry standard fitting, which is, let's just say, it's frustrating. So for the cords that you get with it, it's not a particularly long lead. In fact, this one's not a very good example because the one that you get is terrible. So I engineered a new one. Originally comes with, as stated, non-standard plug, which fits in to the thing. And then you've got the incredibly unhelpful 30 amp Anderson connections. So like a regular 50 amp Anderson, except only 30 amp. So if you want that, you're off to Jaycar to go and get yourself a new one. When you first get it, instead of having something useful like a 50 amp Anderson plug at the other end that you can plug into most regulators or whatever it is that you need to plug into, it's just got 2 wires. Again, not particularly helpful. So this one wired together, 30 amp Anderson into 50 amp Anderson, so that it was actually pretty useful. But overall, cannot recommend the wiring setup on this at all. Well, let's be honest, I can't recommend this at all. So it's meant to be a 200 watt panel. The best I saw on the brightest day in perfect sunshine in central Queensland was 80 watts. And 80 is not 200. For those of you following along in maths class, 80 is less than half of 200. So that's pretty pointless. And now I bought it in October. Delivery meant that I got it in November, and which is no slight on the company Advanced Solar that I got it from. That was when the floods were on in the central west New South Wales, and they couldn't get any deliveries out. But by the time I ended up actually getting it was November. It's now April, and it's stopped working. So I've gone back to the company to get a warranty, and hopefully I'll get a refund, because I've got to be honest, I don't want to replace this. I just want it refunded. Paying for a 200 watt panel and getting at best an 80 watt panel is pretty poor. And to be honest, again, I've got a 100 watt King's solar blanket that I pretty reliably get 70 watts out of on a good day. I'm getting 70 out of 100 watt Kings, and I'm getting 80 max, usually only 60, out of a 200 watt MOPOWER. So overall, would I recommend it? No, I wouldn't. If you're looking for something, I've just done all of the research. I'm going to replace this with an XTM out of BCF. It's a good price, comes very well recommended. The tests that we saw online say that it does a pretty good job, and we should get what we pay for. But yeah, that's it. MOPOWER, 200 watt, flexible, ETFE, solar blanket. Save your money, buy something better.